Hello. Uh, Welcome to Cyberpunk is Dead episode 2. This is our ongoing Cyberpunk is Dead campaign. We should really come up with a name for this. But let's just get into the action. And the scene is set in a literal hole in the wall. It's a sort of a two table setup at an alley. There is a booth right next to you. Who is waiting in line for your foods? Who has the dirty job and who are sitting at the table already?
I think Requiem would volunteer to go get it.
Yeah. Your number is 3. Apparently not a busy night, so it's like you're looking at this digital number and serving number 2 at the moment. It's been that ever since you got here. Well, it's not even night yet. It's lunchtime. It's hot. It's quite dry, but the alleyway is in shade. There's bustling sounds of people moving on the main street right next to you, and the cook is taking their sweet time with your stuff. What does Requiem 13 look like when they're waiting in this virtual line?
Well, she's standing there in line. She's fidgety, so she's the type of person who nervously fidgets a lot. So she's probably bouncing her leg. She's got she's about average height, 5'6", quite slim, quite petite. You can't really tell, but she's somewhere between 20 and 40. She has blue-green hair in a sort of very choppy, futuristic cut. And if you look very closely, you can see that she's got blonde roots. And she's got very elaborate makeup, like so. And yeah, she seems slightly nervous on the outside, sort of nervous, shy type. Yeah, she's fidgeting and waiting.
Yep. And wearing a corporate uniform like the whole group, in the colors of Murha Corporation. The 2 other people are sitting or standing at one of the 2 tables of this establishment. It's been a while now. What does Bravo 3 look like?
Bravo 3 has black hair, slick back. He sits down, relaxed. From under his corpo suit, you can see a tattoo peeking out, and he just seems like feeling like he's in his good place, relaxed, and just looking around, waiting for the food to arrive. And the most prominent feature of him is his clearly cybernetic eyes. And now that he got them fixed, his blinking also looks natural, even though they are very cybernetic.
Yeah. And the third person in the group is Nova 20, who is, I would assume, seated so that you can see the entrance to Sebastian's apartment block from here.
Yes, exactly.
So what
kind of side-eyeing.
Like?
Yeah. Side-eyeing the apartment block. Nova 20 is sort of in his late 20s, somewhere there, visually. Dark, closely cropped hair, fairly tall, kind of like let's say a basketball player build, kind of tall and lean, but maybe not like not like built like a brick, you know what. So intimidating in terms of height, but maybe not so much mass. And yeah, he has these kind of lines going up and down his face that look like they could be cybernetic surgical scars, but they could also just be aesthetically motivated. They might just be like basically tattoos or decorations, but they are sort of like slightly three-dimensional, so they go into the skin a little bit.
Yeah. So this place is one of the many who serve food in Dawn City. Do you, well, who of you have a sort of more than standard subscription of food stuff? Basically, if you go to a restaurant, they will you don't have to pay, which is nice, but you get what you are subscribing to, so that the quality is dependent on how much you pay. So if you pay little, you get some sort of protein, and the higher your price range is, the better the food is.
I think if her previous position was slightly better paid, because she's a techie, she would definitely pay for that subscription.
Yeah. How about the two of you?
Bravo would have the most basic one.
Yeah.
20 would probably have, if there's like a silver level or something like that, kind of like what would reflect current Thai fast food, sort of pretty good. But if that's kind of really good in the future, then that it's sort of a silver level. And then the exception would be that he would have subscribed to maybe a gold level in terms of drinks, alcohol, and so on. He's very particular about his spirits.
Okay. Yeah. Well, since none of you have premium, you are bombarded with advertisements. The good thing is that you know that your food is coming. The bad thing is that your field of vision just goes full of like different products, services. One thing that for some reason, Nova, you are getting bombarded with is advertisements for different streams. You are a streamer of sorts yourself, but these are of the more extreme sort. These are violent. There's one that keeps like you keep sweating it away, but it's something like come see war in action, and like it just blinks in your face, and there's like different shots of gang members like very angrily staring at you. It's a bit disturbing for an advertisement, but very effective, and as you swipe them away, it sort of leaves a dirty taste in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, and in addition to it's sort of disturbing me, I'm also a bit sort of embarrassed, because it's kind of like other people getting a glimpse into your search history or whatever. It's, you know, like your GPS location, whatever, is causing these ads to appear. So I'm sort of like thinking, do they think I because it's being targeted at me? And I kind of like look around to see how the others react.
Is there a reaction?
I don't think Requiem would care. She's probably used to seeing those ads as well.
Yep. You actually don't see them as often these days, but there's been like there was a time when you got way too many of them. These days they're actually more targeting like gamer products to you. Yeah, your food comes through the window. For Bravo 3, it's well, it's more or less a block of protein with some sort of a sauce to dip it into. And then for Nova and Requiem, it actually looks like Thai food, like in a nice cardboard container that will degrade in about an hour. But yeah, you sit down and are you might have already realized it before, but you haven't eaten all day, so it's like even if this is not the best food, the aromas are still very strong, so water comes like it waters your mouth.
Bravo takes a small thing from his pocket and drops a bit into the food. A bit of Grants. She's the good one with the helps get this down. Just so to cheers.
Cheers. Is that the kayang flavor or what is that? It's kind of difficult to tell with those blocks. Is that the grilled chicken?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care how this end up. I mean, it ended up same in the stomach.
Yeah.
It's the flavoring from, or I usually take from my grand. She's getting old, but she still got the touch with the special ones.
That's cool.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. There is energy drink with Requiem's order because you
that's my subscription. Yeah.
so you get sort of a booster there, and as you start chopping down chomping down food, there's this soundtrack that starts playing some sort of a muzak or something very, very tailored to each one of you to help you relax a bit. And it sort of mutes out the traffic that's going out on like right outside. So, do you talk shop during lunch, or are you actually just enjoying it?
Well, Requiem is really shy, so she's just gonna want to talk but not know what to say. So she's kind of like that thing of and then she does herself and then just pokes at her food.
Bravo doesn't say anything about it, considering we are pretty close. So people around might probably know the place or frequent it. So saying anything too much here might, and end up in the ears of the wrong person too quickly.
20 would probably miss this kind of awkward beginning to the interactions. He's trying to sort of swipe through his list of available drinks, and he's finding that his quota for the drinks has been filled, and he can't order the Mekong that he really wants, and he has to wait a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
To this, Requiem would be like, are they out of stock of something?
No, it looks like it's just my subscription. It's going to refresh in a week or so. Yeah, sub life, right?
Yeah.
Requiem, you get a call.
Oh, okay.
You feel a phone call coming, a personal line, not the corporate line. Through your wire. Do you accept? It's
yes.
Foxman, your guild leader. You accept.
Yeah, I answer.
Yeah. Requiem's eyes glaze over as she answers the phone, and you see Fox appearing. You're in your field of vision. A literal fox, wearing sunglasses and a jacket, and
Mm-hmm.
talks with very gruff voice, and
Mm-hmm.
hello, sorry, and there's a bit of static, and you see the fox image disappear, and young man, maybe 23, 24, appear in its place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had my filters on.
I'm used to it. I kind of forget what you look like when you're not in the fox avatar. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I thought first to I don't know if you noticed, but there's and when he is not in his guild leader mode, he's very like it takes him forever to get into what he's about to say. I don't know if you noticed, but there's been people have been sort of dividing in the guild. I don't know if you noticed it.
I mean, not any more than usual, but what's happened?
It's about the new expansion.
Yeah.
There's a group that wants to go and get it, and there's a group that wants to stay in the current one and wait for a while. And
yeah,
I think this might be dividing the guild apart. Like we could lose like timber, maybe.
How many people will we lose?
Well, like 2 or 3 important ones, and then maybe like 10, 20, I don't know, others. But like if we lose timber, going into the expansion would be like, it would be stupid.
Yeah, we really need timber. Do you? I mean, you know me, I'm easy. I'd rather play the expansion, but do you want to go play the expansion?
I sort of do. I like we were like the world first. Well, maybe no. Anyway, in the previous one, and I think it was like that was really good publicity, but we haven't really gone through all the content in the old one, and I don't know. I don't really know, and I feel like if I start shouting that okay, we're going in, then people won't listen. They'll just like, I don't know.
But you're the guild leader. Of course they'll listen. I guess you could make it a vote.
Yeah, I think I could. I'm well, the reason I'm talking to you is if you could talk to Timber, maybe get them to maybe come and join the expansion.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. I'm actually out with some work colleagues, but yeah, I'll give him a call.
Okay. I know that there's still that old thing going on between you two, but I think they would listen to you more than me.
I'll try.
Thank you.
Really, I think they're still a bit pissed at me, but
yeah, I really appreciate it.
I'll try.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
And he switches to the Fox avatar and closes the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry about that. Just.
Yeah, you've just seen Requiem's eyes go like blank for a while, and
not an update on the situation. No,
no, just nothing to do with the job.
Uh-huh.
Just
All right.
just my guild.
You play
Yeah.
something? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Quite a bit actually. Do you,
I'm
either
sorry.
of you either of you game at all?
A little bit.
I play with my cousins, I guess. At times, not much.
Bit of a casual myself.
I see. Yeah. Well, you could say we're.
Oh, you're a
bet-
casual. I'm a filthy casual. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
difference.
So I had a bath. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'd say. I guess you could call us hardcore.
Cool.
One of the reasons I have to have this job.
Oh yeah, of
So I can
course,
afford,
yeah. Yeah. New
gaming
hardware,
stuff.
right?
Yeah. Honestly, like, it's not worth it without good gear.
Yeah. My cousin built a new hollow PC, and it's pretty cool.
That is
Not
cool.
that I get anything about what he was explaining about the
High maintenance
CPUs and-
hobbies.
yeah.
I get it. I have my own hole in the wall, like literally hole in the wall where I have my small things, but to keep them away from my cousins. But I mean, that's more less. They don't break as easily. On the other hand, what I'm working on, so it's
Okay.
easier.
Why is it?
Oh, it's a bit like old school tinkering. Them Casio watches or
Oh wow,
no.
that's retro.
Yeah, some OG stuff right there.
It really is. I haven't
That's me.
seen those in years. Oh, I mean, I only ever saw them in like museums and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one's
this
a
is a
reproduction.
real fake one.
Oh,
This is a real
Real
fake
fake
one.
got a reproduction.
Big
That's cool.
one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, while you're chatting, Nova, you see the apartment building door open and a familiar shape walk out, dressed in what looks like, sweatpants that have been worn for a few weeks and bunny slippers and carrying a large trash can. Oh, a trash bag, not can.
I'm kind of relieved because sweatpants means he's not going clubbing. And sort of that slight jealousy rears its ugly head. And also, he's wearing the bunny slippers that I bought for him. So that's a good sign. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I kind of like break off the laughter in the conversation to just kind of like completely focus on this one thing.
Yeah. Sebastian goes and tosses the trash to the bin and walks back inside. You see him like doing a gesture that he's opening a connection to someone.
I'm just like, oh, don't go inside.
Yeah, and he's gone. Yep. And this is pretty much visible to the both of you. I think Bravo would be the one who reads the situation better. Requiem might not pick up on all the cues, but to Bravo, this is quite apparent what just happened.
So, new or old target?
You make it sound like a job, like it's a hit or something. We're talking about old target, I guess.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. So what about you two? Any any exes you spy on while having dinner with colleagues?
No, no, not really. Don't have that many.
That's fair.
Bit crowded to have much any Any going on right these days?
Yeah, count yourself lucky. It's not good to let that take up your mental energy.
So I gotta go talk to him.
No, me?
Look,
God no.
she was right there.
Yeah, but then again, it's awkward. It'll just be weird. Trust me.
There
Well,
is a group of kids that are watching three of you. Bravo, you notice them first since your your eyes are in corporate mode, so they actually like warn you of incoming targets, and there's a like group of three kids, uh, not older than maybe 15, who are looking at you like they're looking at you like people look at rich people when they are perhaps not that rich, assessing and wondering what the heck you are doing in their turf.
ah,
The usual. A few street kids scoping us out. I guess we'd not overstay their welcome, but starting to get some attraction. So yeah, let's go some bit further away to talk stuff. This getting eyes on us.
Yeah, do they look
okay.
harmless, or like do they look like they could be maybe gang members or something? Like, do they just look like curious people?
Um, I'd say that your assessment. That's
Like
actually
they're not wearing any gang colors or anything like that, or uniforms or anything like that, jackets. I don't know.
How much do you know about gangs?
I would say that probably at least the sort of the main ones. Since I'm kind of a heavy, doing the heavy jobs,
Yeah.
I would say I probably recognize if I see like any organized crime.
Yeah, you think those kids are maybe initiates in a gang, not full members, not wearing jackets, but they have like yellow bandanas, so probably some sort of initiates, which would be sort of which could make them either more or less dangerous than a gang member. Gang members might just
Yeah.
ignore you. Initiates might see you as a way into a gang.
You see those yellow bandanas? We're not looking at hardcore people, but they probably have something to prove. So I would go with Reed's suggestion.
Yeah, let's get out of here before they go bananas on us. All right.
Aha! I see what you did with the color there.
Yeah. You skedaddle. You take the exit to the other direction, which actually brings you closer to Sebastian's door. Well, no one's opening the door, no one's looking out the windows, but there's like that feeling of hope, of maybe catching a glimpse of him, but you don't. You look at his windows, and they are shut with like actual block of metal in front of them. So
All
no
right,
hope of.
I kind of take out my phone equivalent and start to write a message, and then Sebastian probably might see on the other side sort of the right typing ... and then it just stops, and then nothing's sent.
Yeah. You have tried reaching him with messages before, and he hasn't replied. So where do you regroup? This is not one of those fancy areas, so there's like lots of abandoned buildings, some like small parks that are more or less sand and benches, not so much greenery, and yeah, maybe some like quiet places a few alleys away, but those might also be dangerous since there apparently is a gang here. So where do you regroup?
Any suggestions? Do you know this hood better than me? I recognize the gang, but this isn't exactly my hangout.
Did we get learn about where the orphanage was? Like last time I suggested I might donate to the local orphanage, and it could be a good idea to swing by.
Yeah, there is,
depending on where it is.
There is a branch of the local megachurch nearby that houses the orphanage as well. So it's one of the more prominent buildings here, as it is typical. The church is one of the first presences to come to places and build the biggest house available until the corps build taller and shinier buildings. But at the moment, the tallest stone building here is the branch of the megachurch and an orphanage that is part of it.
I did promise to drop off some Ave Marias at the local orphanage, so let's swing by. Maybe that will get off the. If those are church boys, that might get them off our back. Who knows?
Worth a try.
Yeah.
You seem to know this area pretty well.
You head to the orphanage, and sure enough, once you it's clear that you're heading to the church, the three of them just sort of disappear into the crowd. Don't want to bother you now, at least. You make some sort of a donation, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And well, there are plenty of nice quiet places here for you to like discuss. And one thing about the churches is that they are sort of a neutral ground. No corporation would like set up active surveillance here, so it's a nice place to discuss things securely.
After giving donations and telling a good word of the of seeing the world with a new light from thanks to blessed hands, and consider we noticed you said it was currently fairly quiet in the
there it's like it's afternoon, so the kids are taking lessons, and like no one really is bustling here. So you go to the administrative desk, and there is probably actually a bot is taking the donation and recording your message and thanking you wholeheartedly for your donation. And yeah, there's a nice churchyard, and then some chambers here where you can sort of sit and plan.
So, like we were talking earlier, should we take the path of David or the path of Goliath? That's the main two ways I see how we'd approach it.
You're gonna have to clarify that for me because I didn't really do that kind of reading.
Are we going in packing heat, or are we doing it in a more cool way?
Well, I'm not really as good with, and she kind of does finger guns as you two, so I'll go with whatever you guys think is best, but I would suggest not that.
Uh-huh. Was that because the last time you did kind of wasn't as good as you first thought it would go?
I'm just not used to this bit
Well,
of the
we're
job.
standing.
Fair.
They aren't. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. Is the whole.
Yeah,
you know,
he
that
he
packing
does that
heat,
bit. I
that's
do
Mhm,
this bit.
the
Yep,
clickety
yes,
clack.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
To recap, Dr. Steeleye has not really a secure office. She has one bodyguard, big brute with industrial type arms. There is a small turret there that is sort of the equivalent of having a shotgun under the counter, and there's an exit route. That's pretty much what's there. The brute is probably the biggest like physical danger you're facing, and you know that they have a weakness in form of the power supply they carry because of their arms are industrial type. They need more energy than the wire normally produces. So while they pack,
And that was the backpack.
yeah, that was
right?
the backpack they're carrying. So they have a weak spot, but also they pack a really nasty punch.
Yeah, I would kind of float this idea that what if I hang back as backup? I could grab a rifle with a scope and cover you. Maybe some thermal on the scope, see you through the walls, that kind of thing. I'm assuming if things go south, you're going to be better at taking out the big guy with the arms than I am, since I can take him out from afar, but if we can preempt that by you taking out the backpack, then the power source, then that's all. Everything should be gravy after that.
we just have to get close enough to the power source, and I hardly think he's gonna hand that over.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like assuming that we haven't already, engaged.
What was the exact wording on this contract? We were to stop this operation. What was the exact wording?
The exact wording was a bit vague. It was like take care of this. Was the like it's probably a part job and part a test to see how you handle it. Like you have a new employer and they are interested in seeing your ways of working. So thus the vagueness.
In general, do these kinds of employers favor trying to minimize body count, or do they just care about it coming back to them in the press? Do they not care if let's say if we take out the target, but it just doesn't get back to them?
That really depends. None of you have experience with Mikael really before. He did take credit for you pushing the previous aid out the moving car, so he at least somewhat enjoys the attention of or the appearance of being a bit of a bad boy.
Yeah. Okay.
I think currently he prioritizes both internal and external threats. So as long as we definitely close down this thing, I think we'll reduce the power or connections to whoever he suspect might be involved with the uh, kidnapping thing or something. That's my suspicion. He's trying to cut out all the loose end he's been aware of. Like, I mean, this been running some time, almost like it's been aware. Maybe this been just been a card lying around. It's like, okay, fine, time to cut it out and get to the next thing.
I mean, look,
Thoughts?
we can do this the easy way. I can just perch on that rooftop up there, take the shot, and we can go home, have dinner. That's it. But I mean, if you want to do this the quiet way, up to you. I was to say that it wouldn't be my first rodeo taking out a target just straight off the bat.
It's up to you two. I really don't know how to handle this situation.
I kind of feel bad about doing taking.
I mean, make no mistake, I'm not a huge fan of it myself. I'm just spitballing. What does the job need from us?
So what does the job need from you? There are actually two things going on. There is this person, Dr. Steeleye, who is well, they are in debt to the corp. They have stolen some well, manufacturing secrets and are doing a bootlegged version of immunosuppressants and selling them on the street. That's one thing. That's the person. The other is the product. There were crates and crates of the stuff there that probably
Like,
needs at least some attention.
Yeah.
We can't just leave it in there.
Yeah, the stash itself is worth way more than she owes.
Yeah.
Might even compensate for the stealing and stuff, depending. Good if the corpo just gonna resell it as profit. But it's kind of ambiguous. Like if we take out the big guy and watch out for the turret and just make a hostile takeover of the location and then have the corpo roll in with the van to take in the goods, it could be good enough. But on the other hand, she's a loose end, which with blueprints in her head, I think she could put up shop in some other place as well. So we wouldn't be technically.
Unless in her office she has her data. If I can get into her office, I can download her data.
Yeah.
Yep. So
we would need to get rid of the bodyguard.
Yeah, and that
She's running a 24/7 shop, right? No?
Not really. It's open on call, so to say. That it's not like it's not something you just walk into. You make a call and then you walk into. Kind of no matter what time of the day it is, but it's not. It's 24/7, but it's not 24/7.
Did it seem like from what we were checking out, it didn't seem like she or the guard were sleeping at the location.
That was something you are not sure if there were other rooms there, and also she has no like home address, permanent address, so it's likely that she at least spends a lot of time there or nearby. In the spirit of Forged in the Dark games, which Cyberpunk is Dead is one of, we'll decide on an approach. This is something you can debate on forever, but I'm interested in where you end up. What's the route you end up taking? Is it infiltration? Is it violence? Is it like social engineering? Where will you like it's going to be a much longer debate than we'll be playing out. So let's cut to the meta a bit, and where do you
cut to the chase?
Yeah, where do you eventually end up on, or who?
I leave it to you.
Okay, yeah, that was like the second. Like who will be the person deciding this?
I think we could go with go in after dark, try to get into her computers and things, and if they are on the location, it will end up a bit of talking with our hands. But either way, she knows she's found out. We're just gonna be like, hey, if you wanna stay alive, get out of here, or stay.
Yeah. My
and we
addition
get
to that would
seize the goods. That's like the only solid thing that we'll know happen either way. Like she won't run away with a literal ton of stuff. So
my backup suggestion to that would be that since we know that the power pack for the muscle is quite big, a big target, maybe I take a 50 cal sniper rifle with me that can travel through a couple of walls, take out the backpack if things go sideways. Lose power to the arms, that's it. Do we know if there are any residential buildings right around, like surrounding? Would there be a vantage point that would minimize civilian casualties with a 50 cal?
We can roll. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see where we end up.
Yeah.
So since this is Bravo's plan and stealth is the direction we're going in with, take one die for just having a plan. Another die for exploiting the weakness of the target, and let's see.
So advantage
two
or
dice.
not?
No, just 2 dice. This is just 2 dice and roll them and choose the better of those, which means that if you get a 6 or a 7 on either of them, that's good, and then if not,
okay, so
this is what is called an engagement roll, which sort of sets up where you start. Like how bad
this is not something I had put up, but okay, so I rolled a 3 and a 11. You said 2 dice.
Yeah, 2 dice, and the better one of those is a 3, since it's closer to the middle. 11 is further from the middle. That means that it's in the failure zone. It's basically failure zone, good zone, and then the overdoing zone. I think this means that since it's not the overdoing zone, there are no residential buildings, so that's a positive. You have a sort of a clear shot through walls if necessary. The bad thing is that when you get in, you are like, are you approaching from the like main doors or windows or something, or are you trying to come through the emergency exit?
Emergency exit. We were trying to do the stealthy approach.
So once you get like to the exit on the side of the shop. It's closed. There's a steel plate there and some sort of a keypad, a number combination, and once you come into vicinity of it, there's this like lights go on and you have this feeling that a countdown has started. So there's a keypad that needs to be opened in
Okay,
a certain
keypad.
time.
Which of the fingerprints
Hack, let's-
are greasiest as he watches on the keypad? Which are the greasiest? Which have been pressed in most times?
Yeah.
Good
so
eyes.
that would be, yeah, you would be helping. Mark wants stress for helping, and Requiem, you said you're going to hack the
Hacking.
Yeah, she probably has something she can,
just
you
like
know,
plug
the handy
yeah,
USB stick and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shove it in there.
yeah get
So
connected. So where were we? We were in it was a standard situation since you had to go in hacking before, so there is a threat of violence. What's your state?
my state currently is relaxed, but
Yeah,
would it
that's
go
good.
up?
Yeah, that's good. So 4d12 since Bravo is helping, and drop the two largest.
Okay, I need to get an extra d12.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
From my stash. So the two
Largest drop,
drop the two largest.
and then you can choose from the
That's
two.
so annoying because the two largest were a 9 and an 8. So I have a 4 and a 3.
4 and 3, those are failures.
Mhm.
With standard situation, where's my with the standard situation, first of all, you can mark your cyberware to just make this success. That's always one
Yep.
option. But if you choose the failure, then the action fails, and either your state is now one higher, so you're no longer relaxed, or you take harm. Or you can keep trying, but the situation is now snafu, which means that the threat of violence is very much there. That would probably mean that there is some sort of an explosive within the keypad, and so on. So
I'm gonna mark my cyberware so we get in.
Yeah.
And then as the situation goes ahead, I'll
yeah,
do the other options. But we need to get into the building.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my cyberware.
Yeah. So
my cortex implant.
Yeah, so what that would probably mean is you actually like jack yourself into the and navigate the software there, and Bravo is helping, telling that okay, it's probably these four numbers that you need to use, and
then it's just cycling through those numbers in an order until it finds it.
Yeah, there you notice that there is like an alarm system, a very sophisticated one here, and probably some sort of a weaponry that would damage you if you would fail, and in a almost James Bondian fashion, the countdown that you see once you jack into it stops at around 4 seconds, and you unplug and the door opens. That was close.
And she kind of goes to the door now that it's open.
He pulls out his sidearm and goes into the door.
Yeah. It's a small shop. The emergency exit is right beneath the office desk, so you can slide away if necessary. You climb up And as said, it's a small shop. You've been here before, Bravo, and Requiem. You've seen this through Bravo's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the
Now,
torrent?
the turret is right over there. It's inactive. It's just being there doing nothing since the alarm wasn't triggered.
Okay.
It's quiet. There is a distinct smell of chemicals, especially like those related to cybernetics, which is a bit of it stings your eyes in these quantities. It's like but all is quiet, and it would seem that no one is here. Nova, you have a sort of a good position. Thermals were like thermal optics were complete rubbish. The place is isolated, insulated in a way that they don't help. But you can sort of target now through Bravo's eyes. So you have a link there, but it's not perfect. But at least you're not shooting through a civilian building.
Right. I kind of have to gauge like what I see from their eyes. I kind of have to like calculate. Okay, I'm pointing at that thing now, and hopefully it will go through. And okay.
Yeah, it's a bit distorting.
Nova, have you triangulated the torrent? Take it out immediately if it seems like if I say it. Currently it's off, but it was kind of maybe couldn't close with the alarm. I don't know.
Do I have the position pegged?
Yep, you have it marked. You can take it out. It'll be loud, but you can take it out.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we'll go to the side of the room where this turret isn't.
Yeah, you walk and the floor is this metal grating. Like you step on it and there's this clang, silent, not silent enough. Like your steps are echoing through the room. Try to be as quiet as possible. No one seems to be reacting. You move to the other side of the room. The turret, there is a standby light that's blinking steadily. It's not active. It's not doing anything. Points of interest here are there's a back room. There is the storage room that contains the crates. They seem to be on like ready for transport. So that's one place that's of interest. And then there is the desk you came from under. There is a computer up there, like an old-fashioned desktop model, probably used to control the like cyber modification tools. Old school, not plugged into any sort of a network, just used for operations and stuff.
Requiem's gonna check out the desktop, see if she can find on it. Any information?
Yeah.
What it's exactly what it's controlling.
You boot it up, and I am putting up an 8-point clock here. Clocks are things that tell how far along something you are. I'm putting up an 8-point clock that is basically information about the product. Let's put it this way, but the further along the clock you get, the more information you have, and once you have
Got it.
eight segments, that means that everything here, you know everything there is to know. So just you don't need to find out anything more about it.
Yeah.
It can be filled through talking, through searching places, even probably like fighting in some cases. And also I'm putting up a 6-segment clock called guards, which is basically
There's 6 guards to deal with. Yeah. Or 6.
There's 6 segments until the guards get here.
Okay.
And I'm marking one of those 6 since you have spent now some time here. And
do we know this in game? Do we know it's 6?
You don't know it's 6, but like you have this feeling that there is this big guy in with strong arms there, and he's if you make a lot of noise, he'll probably come looking, or someone will come looking. So it's like this nagging feeling in your head. Yeah. So I'd love an investigation roll from you. You're still relaxed. So it's 3d12 and remove the 2 largest, so keep the lowest one.
Keep the lowest. That's so annoying because I got a 6 and a 7, but the lowest one is a 4.
Lowest one is a 4. You have your cyber deck still from the last game, so you can bump that up to 5 with that. And if you want to use some other piece of equipment, then you can bump it up to 6, which would be a success. Or otherwise, it can be a failure, and it fails. Your state is either one higher, or you take harm, or you can keep pushing, but the situation becomes snafu.
Yeah. So if I click some more equipment, it's cost that goes up. Correct. Yeah. Let's click software.
Yeah.
Software will help me.
Software will help you. Yeah. So add 1 to your expense and 1 to your stress.
Stress. 1 stress.
Yep. And mark the software. You now have hacking software installed in your Murha's Digi hack board. So that'll
you think that would come standard when you start work, but no, you have to buy your own subscription.
Yep, of course. Well, actually,
you know, hack 3000.
Yeah, that's the corporation paying for your subscription of hack 3000. That turns it into a success, and a success gives you, since this is one of those that gives you things to the clock, it gives you 1 segment to the clock, and also if equipment was used in the task, you gain 1 extra tick. So you gain 2 ticks of the 8.
Yes, 2 of 8.
Yeah,
that's
and
fantastic.
What that like in actuality means that you start going through the computer, and they're like it's as said, mostly stuff that has to do with the surgeries, but there is an interesting detail there regarding the formula that is being used with the immunosuppressants. It's usually like there is this standardized software that does this. You don't really have to do surgery all by yourself. You can use machines, but there is a huge batch of custom code that incorporates this particular immunosuppressant. It's somehow custom. There's something off in the way it's administered. It's not the typical situation. Some customization has been done here. While this is going on, Nova, you are in a good position, but the moment Requiem moved to the computer, you realize that there are like several blind spots from where you're currently located. Do you want to move or keep this position that's like not the optimal?
If I move, is that going to be optimal, better for both the guard, sort of maybe spotting the guard and the turret, or is it like, is it a toss-up? Do I have to choose?
Hard to say from here. There are structural pillars in the building that, from where you're standing, you sort of just realize that you can't probably shoot through them. So it would actually mean that you'd have to switch from, like, if you're now facing north, you'd have to go so that you're facing east.
So like a completely different building. Okay. Is there any quick way to get from a rooftop, or do I have to just do the whole going down?
These are very, very closely packed buildings, so parkour is always a good way to go about.
Nice. All right. Parkour. So I'm gonna find parkour. If I can find any scrap, I'm gonna use that to try to build sort of a makeshift bridge. But if not, I'm just gonna leap over the roof.
Yeah. Sounds good, and I think, unlike the others, you are in a very controlled or like clear spot, so you are rolling at clear, so and you were relaxed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so 3d12, drop the 2 largest ones.
Yeah. Okay. That's a 5.
Yeah, that's a failure. On a clear result, that means that the action fails, or you can keep trying, but either the situation is now standard, or your state is now 1 higher.
I could take a higher state.
Yeah, it's
probably. Maybe. Yeah, I'm getting a bit aggravated by the having to move, because I was just in a good spot. So I would be prepared at this point.
Would be prepared, and you can roll again.
Yeah.
So I'd assume that since this was a clear and relaxed, you just go like, okay, this isn't the spot where I have to go and just like find a new spot and make a run for it. So 3d12 and keep the middle one.
Yep. That is actually a 12. I rolled 2 12s and a 9. Not bad.
Okay, well, that's an overreaction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That caffeine, that drink
building.
you had that drink you had at lunch is kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that overreaction here is drawing on unwanted attention. So just like you don't do it stealthily. You just like leap and Batman over, and that draws the attention of the local, like, well, the occupants of that building that you leap on. They're sleeping on the roof, and a group of like a bit gruff worker types, you'd say, start eyeing you there.
I would also imagine that as I sort of do this Batman roll and kind of crash onto the rooftop, perhaps I kind of nudged a satellite dish, if they have something like that, and it falls off into the street, just kind of like this rusty, and it just crashes into the street. I look over the side of the building, then I look at the people on the rooftop, like
and they like, they shout profanities at you, like what the heck are you doing? go away, and like they're making a lot of noise. And this is a success. You get to the rooftop and you have a good vantage position. But I'm ticking off one mark for the guard clock, since there's now noise and commotion.
Right.
There.
Right.
But you have an excellent spot, and from this angle you can actually like cover most of the building, and even the thermals are now a bit more useful. Bravo. What are you doing while Requiem is going through the files?
I'm going to the. You said there was a side or back room door.
Yeah, there's a back door, a back room door. You haven't been there. You don't know what's there.
Yeah. As we got in there, he scans with the thermal scanner and sees if there is any temperature differences that indicate anybody been around, like in the recently, or if there are a stronger heat signature from the other side of the side room door, or anything unusual that in that way.
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for that. There is a like clear signs of heat on the other side, body heat. Like maybe not in like right next to the door, but some 5-10 meters away. And there's body heat, and then there is what looks like a generator creating heat at approximately backpack height of the body heat source. So that the big guy is somewhere behind the door, not immediately there, but somewhere there. What you do?
What kind of communications do we have? Like, I guess he could send like a text to the other two, like literally being like, "There's a guy behind the door, and I'm just ready to shoot at him when he comes through." Essentially.
Yeah, you can make instant calls to each other and send basically thoughts, but it's very apparent when you do that. Your eyes glaze over. It's like it's not subtle at all when you do it. So
is the door locked that the person's behind? Do we know?
There doesn't seem to be a lock there.
Okay. Eek. She starts typing faster.
Yep.
In response.
Yeah. Time passes. You get everything you can from the computer. That's the important bit. There is something off about the way that immunosuppressants are administered, but otherwise it's what it says on the tin. It's medical equipment. The actual office probably back there.
So is that all I can get from the computer?
Yeah, that the desktop. Yeah,
okay.
It's not the like office computer. It's a medical computer.
So where we are now, there's no other sort of computers or anything.
No,
we'd have to go further in.
Well, there's the crates. There's probably some tech there. Then a lot of machinery, but probably nothing more to be gained from them than you already got from the computer. And well, there's the turret.
Anything to be gained from the crates? If I give them a quick cursory.
Yeah, they're shipping crates. So there is probably some information about the destinations and such there.
Can I go in and like, I don't know if taking pictures in that day would be more like you look at something and you decide to take a picture. So
just like
in front of
Yeah.
So she would take pictures of the crates and the shipping labels and anything like that.
Yeah. I'm giving you 1 tick to the clock without a roll, since that's just you taking photos. There's about 8 crates, about 1.5 meters cubes filled with the stuff, and they're all going to different destinations, but all seem to be like horror areas, like gang
Okay.
territory, not anywhere like
No hospitals or
yeah,
anything like that.
nothing
This
like
is
that.
black market. Yeah,
Yeah, and
this is black market.
there, like when you do that, there seems to be like you take a look at the photos, just go through them quickly. There's you I'm not sure how you pick this up, but there is probably some electronics inside the containers. You have this like faint sense of buzzing. There's something in there.
Okay, I'm gonna rummage.
Okay.
I want to find the buzzing thing.
Yeah, you open up one of them, and there is a tablet there. Yeah, and there is also vials and vials of this immunosuppressant.
Okay. If the vial is small enough, she'll take one.
Yep.
Because then it's a chemical
this,
sample.
Yeah. Smallish.
So pocket one. Anything on the tablet? Is that worth? If she looks at the tablet, is it worth shoving in a bag as well?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I've gone rogue. I'm just stealing shit now.
Yep. Yeah, Requiem is stealing stuff. Nova, you are being harassed by the locals, but you have a good vantage point on the situation. The thermals are working in such a way that you see some movement in the back, not where Bravo is looking, but even a bit further back. Probably there's some bedroom or something there, so you see someone moving.
Does it seem like it would be a problem if I set up a giant sniper rifle here where the locals are hanging out?
Most likely, but like,
yeah,
do you matter? Does it matter?
Yeah, do I care?
Yeah.
If like, do they seem like the kind of people that would be convinced to go away by maybe just a couple of bucks of a transaction, just like sending them a few credits?
Possibly. I give me cash. Just mark some cash and you call it.
Okay.
Call it. Just you don't even have to roll.
Okay. Cool. All right. Rolling cash. I mean, not rolling. Marking cash.
Marking cash.
Yeah. I just
one
kind of
stress and 1 expense.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. So I kind of approach them and just show them the app, the cash transfer app or the credit transfer app, and just kind of like, hey, if you make yourself scarce, there's something in it for you.
They look at you. They look at like the money you're about to send, and they look at the big bag that is clearly a rifle bag, and they're like, okay, yeah, just give us something.
Yeah, I swipe them whatever would be decent, like maybe like a 20 per head or something like that.
A good amount, so that they won't feel cheated, and they just like mumble and
take care, fellas.
Head down. You have the roof to yourself. This is a nice spot. This is much better than before.
All right.
Yeah, Requiem, you have looted the tablet. I'm giving you I'd say 2 ticks to the clock, because that's like when you actually get to go through it, you'll know why. And then I'm also advancing the guard clock by 1, so it's now at 3, halfway there. And
I would
yeah,
also probably communicate that I saw some movement. I'm assuming, did they see the same? Was it communicated to me from them, or
no,
did I see something that...
you saw it through thermals. It's not the same location where Bravo is seeing that like big energy source. So
Okay,
it's probably
I'd probably
someone
just
else.
relay this. Yeah, just relay this information.
So, how many notches on the out of 8 info notches? 4 or 3?
5.
5. Fantastic.
Yeah, you're pretty much
5, and then halfway on the guard one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna keep. Is that everything in this
Yeah,
room?
this is like the back room. There is a
Mhm.
lot of stuff here, like arms and legs and like spinal extensions and whatever you can find in a place like this, but
Okay.
nothing that would really instantly make you think of having to do with immunosuppressants. On the other hand, you are looking at the stuff, and you're quite sure that you saw some movement in the corner of your eye just now.
Okay. So she will send Bravo a message of like, I saw something move in that corner.
Bravo whips around and turns in the direction she points from where he had been keeping an eye and guarding towards the door.
Yeah. She points in a corner in the back area where she's rummaging through the crates, and you can see quite clearly, since it's not a dark corner for you, it's just a corner. There is maybe this big rat there, just
Okay.
looking at the situation, very
Okay.
with intellect in its eyes. One thing is that it's quite big. It's not acting typically. It's just like assessing the situation clearly, with a bit of too much intellect, maybe.
Bravo looks at the rat and points out eyes, and
the rat looks at you and raises a middle finger and starts running like crazy across the shelf that it's on to wherever, like it's moving really fast from your like limited field of vision towards where Requiem is.
Oh god.
Nova, take out the turret.
Roger that.
Yep.
Bravo turns around to point at the door where the heat pack is.
Is the rat coming towards Requiem? Because
Yeah.
I'm guessing she wouldn't have seen that there's something different about the rat.
Yeah, you just see a big rat coming towards you on a shelf.
Okay. She'll move away.
Okay.
And then she'll sell Bravo a message of like, I've got everything I need from this room. I think we need to go further in.
Okay. That's you. Bravo is taking position by the door.
Mm-hmm.
and Nova, are you taking out the turret?
Yeah, based on the instructions.
Yeah, I'm
Take out the turret.
advancing the guard clock to full because that's the
That's
it's-
the rat.
Yeah.
that's
Knew it
like
was the rat.
it's
We got found out. Time to take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shot rings through the building and just like there's a loud metallic clang as the gun turret on the ceiling is destroyed. You don't have to roll for this. This is you've been
Okay.
like you've been holding your sights on this for the like whole time. It's not a problem. The turret is gone. The guard is like Bravo. You see he stands up and actually just rushes to the door where you're standing behind. What you do?
I go low to the side of the door and take aim to shoot center mass, trying to aim at his back or side. If I can, either I shoot him through his stomach or I manage to shoot him his back from the side. Whatever goes, goes.
Yeah. You should roll 3d12 and you are in a relaxed state, right?
I mean, it says so on my character sheet, but yeah, I guess.
You haven't gone through any real stress yet, so you're
yeah.
just like ready. Very, very good. So remove 2 highest
Okay, so
and the lowest of the roll.
6.
That's a success.
Oh,
Good thing is that you get a shot in like really, really nicely. The bad thing is that a sidearm barely scratches the surface.
yeah.
I'm putting
Should
up
have gone a larger caliber.
Yeah.
Caliber.
I'm putting up a 4-point clock for the guard himself. Like just that's 1 point off him. You get a decent shot in, but it's nearly not enough. There's a shot. He grabs you like from here and just tosses you further back in the room and yeah, you're basically on your back at the moment. Requiem, you hear a loud commotion and there's things are getting bad real quick.
God.
And I should say that the situation is now snafu since violence is present.
Trying to think how she can help. I mean,
you have guns even if you're not good with them.
Yep, I guess she would have been given a gun.
Yep.
So yeah, whatever standard issue small gun she has, takes out. Yeah, sidearm. Take that.
One
and that's another expense.
And another stress.
Stress.
Yeah, also, Bravo and Nova, could you mark the equipment that you have been using? So sidearm and...
Yeah.
Does my state go up 1, or is that not yet relevant?
Not yet. You're still surprisingly relaxed. You're like...
Yeah.
It hasn't hit you yet.
Yeah.
Am I still relaxed after having been hit or thrown away?
You're still calm. You're still collected. Your nerves are still like...
Damn.
Yep.
Ice cold.
So I take out my sidearm and shoot this big brute. I just threw Bravo across the room.
Okay. So one thing is that you can always use, like, if you don't want to be relaxed, if you want to be something else, you can mark mood modifier. There is, like, each one of you have this in your wire. You can change your state to whatever you want. It just costs you. So you can go prepared with one expense and one stress.
Mm-hmm.
And prepared is the best state to be in basically, if you want normal successes. If you want to go overboard, then going all the way up to alert. But yeah, so do you want to be relaxed or change your state?
I'll stay relaxed for now because
Okay.
I'm sure it will go up very soon.
Yeah.
On its own. So I'll
You're
stay
just like,
relaxed for now.
okay, I've been trained to do this, and just hone a gun.
Yeah.
Roll 3d12 and 8 the lowest.
It's a 2.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Situation is now snafu. Violence is in play. That's bad news.
Yep.
You have marked your cyberware, so you can't use that. And I don't think you have enough equipment, or like there's no realistic way to up the number with equipment, so that's actually a failure.
Just a failure.
Yeah, the action fails, and either your state is now one higher, or you take harm. Probably your state is now one higher.
I'll get prepared. It's now prepared.
Yeah, so you fire wildly at the big guy and, like, miss. the shots go wherever. That was Bravo, that was Requiem, now it's Nova.
All right, so do I mark the assault rifle to reflect the sniper rifle? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I would do is I'm seeing this through the thermals. I'm seeing them scramble and kind of not do a good job of it. And I'm trying to just jam a new massive tungsten coated bullet into the rifle, and trying to get another shot off at the backpack. I'm trying to minimize lethality. So if I can get a side angle to the backpack, I will do that. If not, then whatever. He's going down either way.
Yeah. So you are relaxed. That is. No, you were prepared. You were prepared.
Yes.
Since you already went up. So yeah, that's good. Give me a 3d12 roll. And I'd say your situation is still very much in the clear. You are not in. Actually, let's make it standard and have the consequences go to the other people, since you're not in danger. But the other ones
interesting.
Are.
Yeah. All right. So I put the bullet in, and then I roll. Oh, that's a 3. Sorry, was that the middle one?
Middle one.
Middle one. That's a 3.
Yeah, and +1 for your assault rifle or sniper rifle, so that's a 4. You can mark your cyberware, or you can the action fails, and either your state is now one higher, or you take harm, or you keep trying, but the situation is now snafu, and in addition, either your state is one higher, or you get one stress. So
okay. I would probably keep going. I'm gonna be alert at this point. Maybe a little bit reckless. The adrenaline is pumping, and I'm trying to get that second shot in. I guess third at this point.
Okay, so what happens is, do you fire the shot and miss, or do you, like, angle for a new more opportune like angle or something, because that's relevant for what I'm describing.
Oh, I'll probably try to reposition, get a better view.
Yeah, you reposition, and as you do, you get a glimpse that there is an outside turret that is tracking for like external targets now that the system is active. So the situation is snafu for you. You can get hurt here. Okay.
All right.
So your state goes one up, and the situation is now snafu. Reroll.
All right. And another roll, and it was this time. It was the highest. So, okay, that's an 8. I got a 4, a 3, and an 8. So.
Oh, that's nice. And since you have a sniper rifle, you can actually tone it down 1.
Ooh. Okay.
To a
yeah,
7,
I will.
which is a clear success.
I will.
which is probably the best that can be here. No, actually, it's not the best. You can get a clear shot at him, but he's still functional after that, or you can go overboard and take him out.
Oh, as in like he's dead then.
Yeah.
I think I tried to get the side view of the pack, but then it's just not happening. He's got his back to me. It's gonna go straight through him. I take the shot.
Yeah. So that would be the overreaction, which gives you more ticks to the guard clock, and another one of those loud bangs echo through the room, and it punches through the guard, punches through the backpack, and yeah, he goes down. The backpack is overheating. You don't have much time. What do you do?
I I yell into the radio. The backpack's thermal's going crazy. There's another turret outside. Get out, but take the back route. Just kind of try to scramble, say whatever.
Yeah,
would be useful.
You both see that the backpack is like sparks are flying off it. There's some sort of reaction happening there. I'd say that Requiem, you have enough like technical expertise to say that you have probably something like few minutes. It's not happening instantly, although it looks dramatic, but there is now a very, very like clear time limit to what you can do. You also know that you still haven't had a chance to like actually get to the doc's computer, like the actual computer where their files are.
Okay. So I'm gonna send a message that there's a couple of minutes left. So is there someone? Do we know if there's someone behind the other door? Because she wants to run and try and find the doctor's computer.
Nova saw thermal signature there somewhere, but not right outside the door.
Okay, she's gonna run and open that door. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, there is
a couple of minutes. So
yeah, there's a small room that has 2 doors. One seems to lead to maybe a kitchen area, and one to maybe a bedroom area. In this room there is a comfortable, very large couch with heavy indents on the armrests that is facing TV screen or holovid screen. Where the guard was a moment ago. There is also a desk with what looks like a more modern computer, one of these cylinder shapes where you can plug in and use.
It's not the type of computer that I could just snatch the whole thing and
Probably
run.
not. It looks like it's more or less sort of
built
to this place. So
okay,
you
plug in.
Yeah. Requiem plugs in. Bravo, what do you do?
Bravo gets up, looks around. we did hear about the external turret, right?
Yes.
I guess he goes. He follows Requiem into the area and check if he sees if Doc is around.
Yeah. Requiem's eyes go blank as she jacks into the computer and give me a roll. This 3. Actually, give me this with 4d12. This is like right in your wheelhouse. Keep the 2 highest and choose from those.
2 highest. So the 2 highest are.
Or no. You were prepared, right?
Prepared, yeah.
Yeah. 2 middle ones and choose.
Fantastic, because the 2 middle ones are on 8 and a 7.
7 is
Hmm.
pure success. There is ICE, which is basically countermeasures for hackers, like very, very nasty corporate stuff, probably stolen from Murha, since these feel familiar. You navigate past them without getting a scratch. And there is lots of like research goes like right above your head. You have no clue what this stuff is, but looks important. You bag it.
Copy paste.
Yeah. And then there is a list of contacts, which is so long that going through it will require some time. That's important. And with a like pure success, you get I'd say some email communication or like text communication between her and potential buyers. And like as you go through them, it's quite clear that she is selling these at manufacturing costs, which basically means that she's like almost giving it away for free.
Yep, at cost.
Yeah,
She's just selling it at cost.
Yeah, and as you go through these, the door opens and Bravo, you see the Doc enter the room. She's wearing a nightgown. Her hair is a mess, and she just looks at you like, "What are you doing here?"
Sorry, the gig is up. For what it's worth, I did pay the orphanage.
She looks around. There is a small sidearm next to the sofa or the armchair, and you see her going through the mental calculation of can she.
Don't do it. You don't have to do it. We just walk away. We if we get what we want, you don't. Doesn't have to end this way. All right.
Give me a roll. You are relaxed, right?
Yeah.
That would mean 3d12 and keep the lowest.
3.
3. I think the situation is standard because there is no like actual violence happening at this very moment. The threat is there since the gun is present. This would be a failure, which means the action fails and either your state is now higher, or you take harm, or you keep pushing, but the situation is now snafu, and in addition, your state is 1 higher. So your options are basically you don't talk her down, and either you will get more agitated, or you take harm, or you keep trying, but she gets to the gun before the next action.
I take the harm.
Yep. Or you could just take the higher state, basically putting you in prepared, just like getting more agitated.
Yeah.
Yep. You are not convincing her. She is like, she almost like calms down, but then she sees body of the guard and like goes completely into this screaming pile of basically just shouting things at you, and after she's done, she looks at the gun again. She hasn't picked it up yet.
Am I seeing this on my thermals, by the way? Does it look like a situation?
You're seeing this. You're actually seeing this through Bravo.
Yeah,
since
okay.
Bravo is sharing the view, so you have a good show of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm kind of like assessing, is this, am I going to have to take the shot, but I'm deferring to Bravo.
Don't do the stupid move. If you die here, those out there can't get your help. Just walk out the door. Now.
Me a new roll with advantage. You're pulling the right strings, so to say. Requiem, you check out of the computer as this is going on. You now return to the real world and see the situation.
11 and 10 are the middle ones, so okay.
So that's an overreaction. That's yeah.
I guess I go with 10.
Yeah, I'd have to say that overreaction in this situation, the action succeeds. So you get her to stand down, but I think the overreaction means that this is getting her to stand down by like blowing off her leg or something.
Oh.
Since she's not listening. Or something similar. You can all chip in if you can come up with good overreactions for this.
Yeah, I'm like a,
Blowing off her leg, damn. Like.
Yeah, maybe a shot to the non-lethal shot.
Nova, you were saying?
I was going to say like maybe the gun butt to the nose, that kind of thing, blood squirting everywhere.
Yeah.
That's better, I think.
Yeah, what do you think, Bravo?
I was thinking she was going to go and punch Bravo right in the nose. So, like, yes, she didn't pick up the gun, and she's like, okay, fine, I won't shoot anyone, but here comes the surprise move from the tiny doctor.
Yeah, the doctor comes for you, but you overreact, so it's you who are doing something to her, not the other way around. So do you?
Oh,
yeah,
right.
You overreact, not her.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know.
Punch her in the face instead of trying to talk her down. Yeah. You punch her in the face. You get 2 stress from overreacting, and either the situation is now snafu or your state goes up by 1. So that would probably take you to alert.
Yeah.
She's down. She's no longer a threat. You have maybe a minute. Do you want to go out the front door or the emergency exit that you came through?
I think back from the emergency exit is probably a good idea.
Yep.
I grab the doctor and to take her with us out, because if that thing gonna blow, I think she's in the blast zone.
Yep.
That wasn't the intention.
Yep. You scurry out, and Nova, you can see from where you're positioned. There is a bright flash of heat, and then the building half collapses.
Oh, did
You're
you get
muted.
out
Yeah.
of that?
Oh.
Yeah, we got out.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Got out.
That was close. Way too close. Did you get the job done?
We collapsed the house of cards, so to say.
I've got everything I could get.
He puts down the doctor, like just laying by the road, and is like, well, that was real great plan of me. Next time we go with the idea of someone else. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's cram.
Yeah. Let's cut to a bit further down the timeline to a spot where you've had a chance to examine the data.
Do we go back to the corporate offices?
Yeah, that's a good
Because
question.
yeah.
Mm.
I think that's probably
Yeah.
then it's like, here's the data. Without a
Here's
risk of
data
someone else. Yeah.
and the physical. You did grab a few samples or something.
Yeah,
too?
I've got the immunosuppressant sample, and then I also got an iPad,
Yeah,
like
tablet.
a tablet. Yeah. So there's.
Yeah. You are given the task to analyze the data and send it off to like people who are more well versed in whichever part of the data you analyze. With 7 out of 8 picks of
Not
the club,
bad.
so you did well. You figure out most of it. That is, as said, an immunosuppressant, but it's one that is a lot longer lasting than the current ones. So basically you need 1 dose per year. And
Damn.
the data in the pad is, well, instructions how to manufacture more of it. The chemical components aren't that. It's not a hard thing to manufacture.
Not hard to replicate.
Yeah, it's the like raw materials don't cost much, and what she's been doing, and if you hadn't collapsed the building, she would have sent it out to other like docks in the lower areas of the city. So, well, you can put 1 and 1 together of what that would mean. But you have secured a sample of it. It goes to research and development, and yeah, you were successful in your mission of taking care of it. So Mr. Starr is probably happy. He hasn't bothered contacting you personally. He sent,
great.
he sent a text message saying job well done, but that's all. And then you are
No bonus. We don't get a bonus. Oh,
yeah,
nothing.
No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, you are left sort of empty after a well executed gig, all of you have had to be debriefed and fill out paperwork, and like it's been a long day. It's getting like maybe 9 in the evening now. All in a day's work. You are alone in a corporate meeting room. 2 walls are made of glass overlooking the line that is Dawn City. Sun is setting in a most beautiful way possible, probably enhanced by the fact that you're in a corporate area and you are all using a wire, so everything looks a bit better. And there's a ding as your like in office meals arrive. Same plan as before, so nutrients for Bravo and sort of okay-ish food for Requiem and Nova. Nova, you actually get a drink since it's evening. There's that one drink standard, and Requiem, you have an optional energy drink if you want. It's getting late, so that's up to you.
Well, if she's heading home, she would take it because she would want to contact her gaming buddies, and she has a call to make. Yeah, so she'd take it.
Yeah. What's the mood like in the meeting room?
Bravo doesn't look happy at all. He doesn't even try to spice his food. He just kind of eats a bit of it and then he's like, yeah, this was... He looks at this food and is like, yeah, this is a total dumpster fire.
I think Requiem would be like, do you want to try some of mine?
No, that's not what I meant. You know what I meant? We had to goddamn blow that place up.
Okay,
like
I was trying to be nice, but fine.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Nova's just kind of like stirring his authentic gin and tonic with a straw, and he's just marveling at this is a real lime. There's like a spiral of a lime rind between the ice, giving off a bit of flavor. This is real. Wow, corpos have it nice. Okay. Sorry, what were you guys saying?
My point was, it was basically my plan, and it went pretty badly, like all things considered.
But we're all still alive.
Okay, fair. We're still alive, but
we're all alive, and the boss seems pretty happy. I'd consider that a win.
Okay, yeah, never mind. He just continues.
Sensing this awkwardness, I kind of just lean, kind of awkwardly, kind of like leaning into frame just a little bit towards Requiem, saying, I think we did okay too, but I mean, it was, it was loud, it was big, people died, but that's the job, so
yeah.
You did a good job, I think.
I don't think he likes it.
Just my 2 cents.
Thanks.
My 0.02 credits.
I mean, I was just trying to be nice.
I know.
Bites my head off.
Yeah. That's just... Let calmer heads prevail today. Well, let's just wait for whoever's gonna show up.
Yeah. No one's gonna show up. It's just like you realize that this is just a meeting that, well, Mikhail has set up, but he hasn't bothered to show up.
So what, we wait for 15 minutes and then we're like...
Yeah, it's one of those.
Shall we just clock out? Because he's
I'm
not
just
coming.
looking at the block in the calendar with the red line sort of midway through the block and just going.
Yeah. Sure.
Screw it. I think we just finish my noodles and just throw the dish on the table and I'm out. Peace.
Wonderful. Let's stop here with these cheerful thoughts and continue next time.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. It's been well. This is a game that is not fun. So these people and the jobs aren't those good ones. But thank you still. It was fun for me. I hope for you.
It was.
It's not fun for the characters, but it's fun for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. See you, everyone. Bye.